Hey, Purpose Peeps, it's Dena, your sister in purpose, and this is me giddy with excitement. This is me moving past my comfort zone, totally past my comfort zone, because I've got to be with you right there. I got to be with you in the moment. So it's about 7 a.m. where I am, and I've been up since about, I don't know, 6 a.m. or so. I had one of those twilight download experiences. So I literally ran across the house, ran up the stairs like, think about Suge Avery in The Color Purple when she's running across the field to go catch Silly so she doesn't kill or not, if not seriously maim Mister when she's about to cut his, shave his beard. So I just literally ran across the house like that. So I'm a little winded, I'm a little out of breath, but that's how excited I am about sharing this download that I've gotten with you. So I don't have time to make it cute, to make it fancy, to wait until later on today when I can have on my clothes and not my pajamas, with my makeup done and the frog out of my throat because I'm fully awake. Can't wait for that because I don't want to miss anything. And as these downloads are unfolding, I thought, oh my goodness, wouldn't that be cool if I recorded that? So instead of having this authentic but yet somewhat intellectual conversation, we can be in the moment and you can feel the energy of what I've been sharing with you. So I'm going to somehow, when I upload these videos, I'm going to sequence them so that you see this one before the calmer videos when we are unpacking some of the concepts that I mentioned, some of your new purpose normal that I mentioned in the welcome video. So see this and then get the explanation, but have the experience and then get the explanation. Okay, so I'm really, really, really psyched. So my download this morning, oh goodness, this is so good. This is so good. This is me and my unconventional quirkiness. I'm so excited. Okay, so I talked about how the cycle and the evolution of the butterfly was kind of akin to my experience with the purpose path. And I talked about that first stage of when you can see into the egg and you can actually see the elements of the butterfly before it starts its process where it, transforms and it morphs and it completely looks and experiences transformational change. But you can have a window into that and you can see that. And I thought that was some good stuff, let me tell you. But then my download this morning said, okay, Dena, what if at the beginning, at the infancy of your purpose path, the part that's in your full awareness, because we talked about how it's always running, but then we have moments of more awareness where we are more intentional about it. But what if we start the journey on the purpose path with an experiment? An experiment is, what if you consider yourself as being a soul having a human experience and just embarking on that journey with that awareness? This is so juicy. So by soul, I mean you are an extension of God. You are an extension of creation. You are an extension of divinity on a mission here, having a human experience. Whoa, that blows purpose out the water for me. My soul is tickled, okay? This is me in my spark mode. This is me in my goofy, that giddy goofy, that only my closest, my sister flames experience this. But then I realized this morning that you are not just my brothers and sisters in purpose. You are my flames. You are my sister and brother flames in the making. And we're going to spark. We're going to spark. And when I have a breakthrough out loud, and I'm sparked, and then I share that, and then you have a breakthrough out loud with that sharing and what it brings up for you, and we can do that as a community. We can spark as a community. And so that's the invitation to action. That's the open invitation to action, and inspired action, and breakthroughs out loud. Thank you, Lisa Nichols, for that. I can remember all of the classes and things that I attended remotely with Lisa Nichols, and she would say, okay, type in your thread, hashtag BOL for breakthrough out loud. But Lisa Nichols, thank you so much, because it's something else to have a breakthrough out loud and to have a breakthrough live. Breakthrough live, in the moment, total transparency, in my pajamas, with spots on my shirt, because I did brush my teeth before I came here. I did do that. But other than that, pretty limited. Pretty limited prep. Because I just wanted to share this joy instead of just talking about bliss, instead of just talking about what happens when you're sparked. This is sparked. This is sparked. This is not only am I moving past my comfort zone to be on purpose, but this is truly looking good and checking off those boxes versus being present and being in the moment and being a demonstration. All these things that we talked about. And not only did I get a download, but after the download, because I took inspired action and didn't say, oh no, let me wait until about this time because I've got all these things planned on my agenda for today. This is the agenda. This is the agenda. This is the purpose path. And this is like a huge, huge breakthrough. So instead of, let me unpack this. Ooh, help me unpack this. So let me back this up. When I want to back this up and tell you about the original nudge that led to this time with you and this opportunity and this divine download. Okay. So I am back to school shopping with the kids, and I get a nudge that says, order a journal, buy a journal for you. And this was all about the kids. It wasn't about me, but I listened to that. And the first journal that caught my eye was this one, because I was saying yes to my unconventional quirkiness, and yes to the fact that I love sparkly things. You know, a lot of the jewelry that I'm creating has some type of metallic aspect because I just love it. And then when I found out that Archangel Gabriel is associated with the copper that I love so much, I just said, oh man, this is something else. This is something else. So when you're trying to communicate and tapping into an archangel that has the assignment of communication, oh man, that is like, that's synchronicity at its best. Okay, so sidebar. So I got this journal, didn't do anything with it. I just set it down in my sacred space and said, okay, I'm going to wait for the download because I'm learning and I'm growing about checking in and going into inquiry and letting my wonderful, beautiful mind take over. So I got a divine download, probably at a twilight hour, that said, what if you experienced life as a spirit, as a piece of divinity, as a piece of God, having a human experience? What would that do for you? Write that in your journal. That's what the journal is for. So this is like new. This is like months old. So I've been doing that for some months, and you know, having some really good experiences, and initially just having a really strong breakthrough moments, exploring how having that mindset shift, it allows me to tap into love and forgiveness and compassion. Like, it's instantaneous, because all the things that are more associated with the human experience, they are lesser, because I'm walking in my divinity. I'm embracing my divinity. And the more that shifts from a belief system to a knowing, the more that I have the experience to kind of back that up, I become stronger in that. And it also supports me when I'm in my neutral observer, because my I own, not only am I practicing neutral observer that kind of initially felt like it was outside of myself, I am being neutral because I am embracing the fact that I'm actually a piece of God, a spiritual person, not a spiritual person, but a spirit having a human experience. So I go from 100 down to 10 like this when I tap into that awareness. So I'm having this great experience. But let me tell you what's so juicy. So part of who I am and part of my unconventional quirkiness is that I love data, I love knowledge, I love putting together pieces of knowledge that you wouldn't normally group together and coming out with innovation. So to me, this download was an example of that, because it was an example of taking the inspired action, taking a yes, just doing something because I got the nudge to do it, getting further instruction, and then just doing it. And then that met opportunity. And the opportunity is that I'm totally immersed in talking about purpose, coming out of the shell and just really talking about my experience around purpose and my experience around divine spark. But I didn't see the two together until this morning when I got this download. And I'm like, oh my goodness, this is huge. So this is me having a butterfly egg moment. Like this is huge. I can feel it in my spirit. I know that this is going to unlock some major stuff. So for someone that's writing books about unlocking the keys to your success and turn them into results, I'm having I'm trying not to cry. Seriously. This is a huge moment, guys. This is huge. And I can feel it in my spirit, because when you are thinking about, how can I be, the most effective? How can I be the most available? And you get this type of download, because this type of download is a time buster. It's a huge time buster. Without trying to put this in a linear process, me, you, everyone that sees this, everyone that I can tell is being gifted with a huge time buster. Because as we just go through that experiment, while we're experimenting and while we are putting our toe in the water of purpose path, and while we are, further along the purpose path, put on that awareness and just be open to the experience and see what that brings forth for you. Because I know in my being that it's going to bring forth clarity, that it's going to travel you. It's like time traveling, but you're not time traveling. You're purpose traveling. As a piece of divinity, as a piece of God, you're purpose traveling, because it's like now you're ready for the mission, the real mission. And 1 + 1 does not equal 10. 1 + 1 does not equal 100. 1 + 1 does not equal 1,000. 1 + 1 equals infinity. Seriously, it equals infinity. So when we talk about moving from inspired action and what that takes to go into divine results, this is the path to a divine result. A result that just kind of takes you from where you are and what you think you're doing and just takes you, like you have jets on your feet. So get ready, because this is really big stuff. This is breaking news. This is breaking news, like breaking into you. And what I am appreciating this morning that made me want to cry this morning is that all the divine downloads that I contemplated that I missed, and I just could have gone, down this hole, with that. And instead I said, I'm going to take a stand for my divine downloads, and I promise that I'm going to be present to them. And I'm going to do everything in my physical power to be present to them. And I did. And what I realized with this download this morning is that your divine downloads are yours. They don't go away. Even if they come knocking and you don't answer the door for whatever reason. For all the times that you do answer the door, that you are present and available to them with a sincere heart, a cracked open, sincere heart. Okay? And by cracked open, it is the realization that everything that's happened, all the things that have been for you. Even though in the moment they may have been really damaging or really hurtful in the moment, but they left behind something for you. They left behind the keys that unlock you. And those keys are always working for your good. They're always working for your good. And for me, when I think about the things that broke my heart, that I thought, you know, just at face value, oh, that broke my heart. Oh, well, guess what? It broke my heart open. And my response to that, thank you, Jack Canfield, because event plus response equals outcome. So the events may have been outside of my control, but my response to still keep my heart open, my response to not let that change the spiritual nature of who I am based on circumstances and things that were outside of me, led to an outcome of remaining open and being cracked open, okay? And I just had an awareness today that when we're getting these rapid sequences of downloads, it's because we have met the TBD. So your downloads that you think you missed, they're just in a wait stage. And they're in a wait stage, and they're marked TBD, which is to be determined. And I realized today that the to be determined is when you meet with a sincere, authentic ask. When that meets with your cracked open, sincere heart, it releases those downloads that have just been waiting for you. So you are part of a divine process. So I just encourage you, my brothers and sisters in purpose, to just to stay faithful to your path. Just to stay faithful to your purpose path and hear your divine downloads and take inspired action and share what you can share that's authentic and in integrity with who you are and your purpose path. Because this time, this is a beautiful time, and I just think that the vibration of more and more people having experiences like that and being cracked open like this is happening for a reason. And we're doing this as a huge collective because purpose is gaining momentum. But I'm just going to call a thing a thing. I think that when we connect with the divinity part of that, instead of making this exercise outside of ourselves, but it's the exercise to us coming home and coming home to the divinity that's within us, is just amazing. And when we just step into the non-negotiable and the knowing that we are really, our nature is spirit, and we're having a human experience, and just what that does to our experience, gosh, I can't wait to find out. So get your journal, and really just start adding in your downloads and adding in the things that are coming into your awareness around this purpose path journey and around the purpose path journey with that lens, and just see where it leads you. Because I can remember my friends and I years ago. We would laugh about how we were going to be on the Oprah show one day, and we were going to be on the couch, and we would say, oh my gosh, but when we get there, we're going to be doing the ugly cry. We're going to be doing the ugly cry because we won't have any filter between, having an aha moment or a breakthrough out loud and just being in the moment of that experience. Okay? So this is me having an Oprah moment, but I'm not waiting to be on Oprah's sofa. I'm not waiting to be, I'm not waiting for that type of experience to be my rescue. I'm being my own rescue, and I am moving out of my comfort zone to be of service and to be of value right where I am. And so when I think about the years of hashtag be your own rescue with Lisa Nichols, well, guess what? That's what this is, and that's what I offer for you, to just continue on your path and to take action on the different things that you're learning about yourself and about your mission and about what sparks you and what helps you to remember the elements of your divine mission. And you don't have to wait for anybody to discover that. You don't have to wait for anybody to discover your divinity. You don't have to wait for anyone to see you sparking. Just spark where you are. Just spark where you are. Spark where you are. And pay attention to your downloads, because your downloads will take your spark where you are and it will increase it exponentially. Exponentially. So you don't have to worry about exponentially. You have to be available for the download and then take the action on whatever that looks like for you. And for some of us, it may not be an exponential reach, but an exponential impact. But because I did the abundance exercise, I'm very clear on my abundance language. So it helps. It helps when you go through whatever the process is, and there are many. So when you go through the process of identifying how do I define abundance? How do I define success? What does that look like for me, right? Because you could be praying for something and it could be right here, but because you haven't got clear about what that looks like for you, you don't know that it's here. So because I got clear 3 years ago, 4 years ago about what abundance looks like for me, when I have downloads that have to do with impact, when I have downloads that have to do with connection, when I have downloads that have to do with co-creation with God, that's my abundance language. That's my abundance language. And so I have an immediate and I have a deep response, and my spark turns into a flame when I know that I'm in the energetic of abundance, and I am in just a sincere gratitude for being able to hear. For having so much support and so much love and so many resources. So, my friend, I hope that this sparks you, okay? So I'm moving from the language of this was valuable to you. I hope it was valuable to you and it sparks you. And you take some nuggets from this, and I will edit it so that I can chunk out some of the nuggets for those of us who are taking notes and, just really intentional about what we're going to do with new information. So have a wonderful, wonderful, purposeful, and impactful day. I love you. I love your purpose. I love your divine spark. I feel you. I feel you, and I celebrate you, and I have a belief and a knowing that you're going to do amazing things. You are amazing. You're amazing by design. And you're going to have more and more impactful moments and more moments of living fully as you step closer and closer into your divine mission and your divine spark. So this is Dena, your sister in purpose, and we will talk soon. Take care.